I'm talking about the 9 New Yorkers that didn't vote for him, okay? No. People are like, he's gonna be so undignified. Won the presidency again by winning the popular vote, was just named Time Man of the Year. Trump, man. Trump had a good year, man.
Did you hear what made Trump throw MAGA hats across the room?
We need bullies. That's how Trump became president. That's exactly what happened. We got rid of bullies. A real bully show. I heard a cup of coffee in America costs 7 rapists. And Trump's gonna get it down to 3. Cast of The Apprentice is running the world. Trump, the daughter, Omarosa.
Chris Rock's comedy special just broke the internet, and Trump's reaction is absolutely priceless. Trump's tough guy image crumbled faster than a cookie in milk when Rock dismissed his assassination attempt as just a minor inconvenience.
A lot of people, I'm talking about the 9 New Yorkers that didn't vote for him, okay? No. People are like, he's gonna be so undignified. I mean, you know what country we live in. You know the history of this country. Presidents show up to the inauguration with pregnant slaves, okay?
Who knew the secret to getting under Trump's skin wasn't political debates or media criticism, but a comedian treating him like he's nothing special? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever wonder what really makes Trump lose his cool? It's not what you'd expect. We've seen him shrug off media attacks, political scandals, and even 2 impeachments like they were nothing. The guy's built this whole brand around being untouchable.
He a war hero. He a war hero that got captured. I don't want to vote for nobody that got captured. I want to vote for that got away.
Bill O'Reilly suggested that Trump may have been inspired by a Chris Rock routine from 2008 when John McCain was running for president against Barack Obama. Trump, who rarely, if ever, apologizes for anything, sounded like he's softening a little on McCain.
And certainly if there was a misunderstanding, I would totally take that back. But hopefully I said it correctly.
Like some kind of political Teflon Don where criticism just slides right off. But turns out there's a secret button that sends him into total meltdown mode, and Chris Rock just found it, pressed it repeatedly, and watched the fireworks. When Chris Rock took the stage recently, he didn't bother with the usual Trump attacks. No orange jokes, no hair jokes, no policy criticism. Instead, he went straight for Trump's psychological jugular with surgical precision. See, most people think the way to get to Trump is to attack him directly, but Rock is playing chess while others are playing checkers. Instead of treating Trump's assassination attempt like some dramatic historical moment, which is exactly what Trump wanted, Rock casually brushed it off with an unbothered delivery that reportedly drove Trump absolutely nuts. Rock's joke about the assassination attempt was brilliantly calculated. He just shrugged and said, "Too bad the bullet didn't hit him in the ear and knock some sense into his head." That's it. He treated what Trump desperately wanted to be his heroic Lincoln moment as if it were nothing more significant than someone spilling coffee on their shirt.
The #1 African American in the world, the richest African American in the world, Elon Musk. They got Elon, they're gonna put him on a rocket ship. We call it Space Max.
I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. Do you agree with that? He's a war hero because he was captured.
Bill O'Reilly suggested that Trump may have been inspired by a Chris Rock routine from 2008.
This casual dismissal hit Trump where it hurts most. Because here's the thing about Trump, according to people who know him well, his entire existence revolves around being seen as extraordinary. Not just important or famous, but exceptional, the most special of special. When you put your name on buildings in giant gold letters, you're not exactly hiding your need for validation. Rock's brilliance wasn't in attacking Trump, it was in refusing to treat him as exceptional even when discussing an assassination attempt. That's psychological warfare against a narcissist, plain and simple. By treating the event with the energy of discussing a minor inconvenience, Rock effectively told Trump, "You're not special, not even a bullet makes you interesting." What makes this approach so devastating is that it strikes at the very foundation of Trump's identity. When you understand the psychology here, it all makes sense. For narcissists, being dismissed as unimportant is far more damaging than being criticized or even hated. Being hated still means you matter, but being treated as ordinary? That's unbearable. This is why sources report that Trump absolutely lost it behind closed doors. Imagine him throwing MAGA hats across the room while ranting about disrespectful comedians who would be nothing without me to joke about. The man who claims nothing gets to him was apparently triggered into orbit by a comedian's casual indifference. The reaction tells us everything. If Rock had gone on a rant calling Trump the worst president ever, Trump would have loved it, because it still frames him as exceptional, just exceptionally bad. But by treating him as just another forgettable, undignified president, that's the true psychological bullseye. It's like Trump has built this fortress around his ego that deflects direct attacks, but Rock found the secret tunnel underneath. He didn't storm the gates, he just strolled in casually through the back door, shrugged at the fancy decorations, and suddenly the whole fortress started crumbling. Think about how Trump responds to comedians in general. He's oddly obsessed with Saturday Night Live, late night hosts, and stand-up comedians who joke about him. Why would a former president and current candidate care so much about comedy shows? Because comedians have the unique power to make him ordinary, to make him the butt of the joke rather than the center of attention. The blueprint is now exposed. Want to really get under Trump's skin? Don't attack him. Dismiss him. Don't treat him as exceptionally terrible. Treat him as boringly average. For a man whose entire self-concept is built on being extraordinary, being portrayed as ordinary isn't just annoying, it's an existential threat. This isn't just about a comedian making a former president mad. It's a case study in psychological vulnerability. Trump has spent decades crafting an image of himself as a man who can't be touched, who always comes out on top, who turns every attack into a win. But in one casual joke, Chris Rock exposed the truth. Behind the bluster is a fragile ego desperately seeking validation and recognition of its specialness. What's becoming crystal clear is that comedy might be the ultimate antidote to Trump's bombastic persona. Other comedians have discovered the same secret weapon Chris Rock wielded. Humor cuts deeper than any political argument ever could. When you look at those golden letters plastered across skyscrapers, you're seeing a man desperately screaming, "Notice me," at the world. The next time Trump has a meltdown over some late night joke, remember what's really happening. It's not just another tantrum from the orange turd, it's his entire self-image shattering like cheap glass. Think about it, a guy who demands portraits of himself in every room he enters just can't handle being the butt of a joke. Turns out, all those years of political analysts trying to figure out how to defeat Trump's messaging missed the point entirely. The answer wasn't in fact-checking or policy debates. It was in treating him like the most boring, unremarkable guy at the party. Laughter really is kryptonite to a man whose entire existence revolves around his own supposed greatness.